Here with Coach Brady. Coach, first road game of the year, a long one, and the only time your team's going to leave the state of Michigan. Just talk about the preparation leading up to this matchup with New Haven on Saturday.
Yeah, short week, long trip, but looking forward to our opportunity. So going out to play an FCS opponent. So New Haven is first year in FCS, and so that'll be a new challenge for us. So I know our guys are excited about the opportunity. They're a good program. They've been very consistent over the course of the last few years in the Division II level. Now moving up to the FCS level definitely will present another challenge for us. And so obviously going FCS, they've seen an increase in resources and scholarships. And so they have some good players, have great staff, and they do a good job. So it's going to be a good test for us.
What are the keys you kind of have been emphasizing to your team about not only your opponent this weekend, but also just bouncing back from last week's loss?
Yeah, we've got to tackle better, and so I was really disappointed last week with how we tackled, and so it's been a huge point of emphasis this week. But I have been very pleased with the response of the guys. We've had two really good practices. Guys are in good state mentally. Even good spirits, I would say. And so we've had two competitive practices. So we've got resilient kids. I really like this group. We've got to get better on the defensive side of the ball. We've got to get off the field on third down, and we've got to make some plays in the secondary. And so those are the things we've really been working on. And then offensively and defensively, we want to play complementary football. And we did not do that last week. Things just got away from us so early and so quick that it was we just felt like we were playing catch up. And so that really took us out of our balance and our rhythm. And so we want to come out and get settled early this week. And we need to come out defensively and get off the field. We need to get some 3-and-outs. And so just defensively, we're on the field for way too many snaps. Again last week, almost 80 snaps, to our 57. And so we want to balance out that time of possession a little bit. We need our offense to control the ball a little bit more and help our defense. And so all things we've been working on this week, but definitely the kids' response has been really good, and the coaches are in a good place mentally, and we're excited about our opportunity. This is going to be a good test for us.
On the offensive side of the ball, New Haven has, I believe, 9 sacks so far this season through 3 games, and SVSU traditionally has been a really good running team, running the ball. Are you going to lean on that strength a little bit going on the road, running the ball against a team that seems to get good pass rush on the quarterback?
Yeah, they're athletic. They have good players on both sides of the football. Their defensive line is athletic. They move around really well, and then they do like to bring some pressure. And so, they're very solid defensively. And then, offensively, they have a really good quarterback. He's a good player. I really like their running back, and they have some weapons. And so, defensively, we need to take the ball away. We have yet to have a takeaway this year, which is a huge issue. And so we've really had a point of emphasis in working takeaway circuits and tackling this week, and communication. And, we did some competitive one-on-one stuff today with our players to emphasize the point of, hey, we need to make plays when the ball's in the air. And so all those things are critically important. But, I love our offensive line. Our offensive line's doing a great job. We're healthy there. It's a veteran group. They're doing a good job protecting. We're running the ball well. So, offensively, we just need to get our playmakers the ball in space and let guys like Terrence Brown and Braden Hill and, Zarek Zielinski and Tony Kennedy and Eric Kraft, let those guys just go to work, And so, and then I love our backs have been really physical, really downhill. And so running the ball will be critically important this week.
And then on the defensive side of the ball, you mentioned their quarterback. He's thrown 6 touchdown passes through 3 games, averaging about 2 a game, and he's also the second leading rusher on the team. So what do you have to do defensively to maybe kind of contain him a little bit and not let his legs hurt you and also just not let him hurt you through the air?
No, definitely worried about him getting out of the pocket and hurting us with his legs. He's definitely looking when he's now got his first guy open. He's looking to put his eyes down and he's looking to get outside and go make some plays. So definitely that's been a point of emphasis. Especially like on third down. On third and medium. 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. When it's a pass set. You're going to get if we do a good job in the secondary, then he's going to look to escape, and we've got to make sure that we keep contained, that we keep our rush lanes, and that we keep him in the pocket. And we want to get to the quarterback this week. Our defensive line is really, we've got to create some pressure. We've got to get some negative plays on defense. We've got to create some sacks, some TFLs. We've got to get, our opponent in second and third and long versus having them in second and medium and second and short, and then they got the whole playbook open. And then when that happens, that makes it awfully difficult.